being a human is freaking crazy, right? Being a human is amazing. It's so many things at once, and that's why it's so, like, powerful, because there's just infinite amount of emotion and knowledge and experience that you can go through, because I believe that life is an artistic expression, you know? No matter what kind of childhood you have, it's different from the next person's. Everybody is so much different from each other. And yet we share these really fundamental commonalities between one another that allow us to form connections and bonds with one another that are seemingly unbreakable, in some cases unconditional, and actually unbreakable. But what forms that, you know? Like, what gives rise to our ability to have such incredible connection? And I think that it's from the same kind of fundamental start. It's all from the same beginning. And there's a special word for that in religion that I don't remember right now, but it's something that's been around for quite a long time, is that everything came from one source. So that's where we got our idea of God, and that's where we got our idea of creationism, is that all of it came from this one thing. And you know what? It makes a lot of sense that humans would put into their head that being made it like it is so that it could be like it is, you know? It makes it a lot easier to understand when it's like, oh, okay, so it's already been planned out and they did that because it all came from the source. I do believe that it all came from one source, but I don't believe in that thing being a conscious being. What's the word? I don't believe in it being a being at all. It being a thing. It is whatever allowed this kind of powerful source of life to exist. I mean, just looking around me right now at the trees, looking at the amount of life, the insects, the other people, there's something bigger here. Something much, much greater than ourselves. And it's easy to see that with our kind of complex brains when we're trying to map out, you know, why we're here and existence in general. In our complex brains, we're like trying to make sense of it all. And it just seems so appropriate that we would identify that greater source of power as a being in the image of ourselves, even. That because we kind of are self-centered, you know? Like, a lot of us have to have that kind of, like, selfish mentality to a certain extent. And it seems like it only makes sense. It only makes sense. So, in my opinion, of course, everyone has theirs, and they all stink. But in mine, it's only appropriate that each person makes up their own idea of what is God and why is God. And then we can all rejoice together in the fact that we have a belief in something greater than ourselves. Really awesome idea. Love it. We can have just a kind of comfort and bond with one another under the fact that we believe that there's a connectivity, that there's something that brings all of this, everything around us, together into one point.